I'm just walking the track. Just got done running. Today I did about just a mile. I did a leg workout recently, so my legs are super sore and everything. So I did not want to run much at all. But you catching me in action. I'm in action. Local high school, track and everything. Still waking up. You can see my eyes are kind of low. Voice a little groggy. Haven't been talking much today, so my voice ain't warmed up. But most important part is getting up and doing it, right? So I'm out here doing it. Trying to get back to a uh, similar version of my older self. I'm 34 now. I used to be uh, smaller and everything. So, I'm just making sure that I take care of my health. And that brings me to the point of what I want to talk about today, which is, wealth is usually only seen as money. A lot of people see it as money. And I remember in my one of my recent interviews with Rick Rule, he talked about a couple of different forms of wealth. One of those was, um, your social environment. Being in a community that accepts you, that respects you, you know, and and everything, and like somewhere where you belong. That's a part of wealth. And I was really had me thinking, and I did a little bit of studying as well. So there's multiple forms of wealth, which we're gonna start getting into that too, because I do want to talk about um, the different forms, the social form, the social aspect, the money aspect, the health aspect. You got spiritual aspect. If you, whatever you do, whether it's meditating or you have a specific faith that you align with, you have your mental health. That's a big one. Um, I mean, so there's a lot of different forms of wealth, especially mental health is a big one. I remember reading the story of, I think it was Charles Schwab. I think it was Charles Schwab in the Great Depression when well, before the Great Depression, I think it was when the banking crash of 1929. Uh, I think he lost so much money that he ended up committing suicide. One of the wealthiest, men in the country or the world at that time, I think. But so mental health is very important. There's a lot of people losing money on, with crypto exchanges and all these things, and contemplating suicide and things like that. So, your mental health is a part of your wealth. So, I do want to invite different professionals onto the channel to talk about these different aspects of wealth so that, we can have a holistic approach. It's not just all about just making money. It's about, living a full life to the fullest, right? And finances is a part of that. Um, but there's obviously other aspects. So today, I'm just talking about health. I'm probably going to end up bringing somebody on to, um, I'm going to research some people. I know some people as well that can talk about, eating, working out, things like that. Um, so health is a big part. So I don't know if y'all recently knew, I told a few people, but I recently had a minor heart attack in early March. So I wasn't really updating the channel during that time. I was in the hospital, all this stuff, and and the doctors they're saying like, oh, this isn't common for your age. You know, this may have just been a mishap or whatnot. Even though genetically, my father, he's had two heart attacks and a stroke. He's still alive, but he's also paralyzed. Um, he's in his 60s. My grandfather, um, he had a stroke and died after. Uh, my uncle, uh, He had a heart attack, died. And then my great grandfather, and then I have some heart health issues on my mom's side. And so me, focusing on wealth is like, okay, well, how can I actually enjoy my finances or enjoy seeing my kids grow up, be adults, being alive for my grandkids or great grandkids if I'm not focusing on my health, you know, that's a part of wealth. And, for me, like I just really um, think about that stuff and now I'm like challenging myself even more, like, what I eat, all those things, because I've always been, active. Like even when I have my heart attack, I'll tell the doctor, yeah, I'm going out running 5Ks. I run 3 miles with my friends. You know, I'll go play competitive basketball. Well, I wouldn't say competitive. I mean competitive for me. You know, uh, So I was doing a lot, and so they were just like, yeah, you are a little overweight. Well, not like majorly overweight, but for my height, I should be smaller, like what I used to be. But you know, and those are some of those things that I was kind of looking at. It's like, man, I need to get together. So health is a big part of you being able to be wealthy. I mean, in a holistic approach. So if you're not, on your health game, how are you going to enjoy your wealth? How are you going to be able to teach your kids, your, um, like how to handle money, growing up, but then as adults, like being able to guide them, with the wealth you build that you pass on to them uh, if you're not around. And obviously, you know, every situation, um, death, some people don't, it come unexpectedly sometimes. It could be a major health issue, it could be a car accident, whatever, you know. I had a friend recently getting in a motorcycle accident, flew like, I forgot how many feet she flew, I don't know, 300 feet or something. She's still alive, thank God. But, like those are things that are unexpected. So you can only really focus on the things that you can control and reduce the risk that you can control, right? So that's risk in everything. That's risk getting on the plane. That's risk getting in the car, you know? So one thing is like, okay, what risk I reduce? Okay, I know Bitcoin has a longer track record, so I'm not gonna mess with the altcoins. That's reducing the risk, right? You know, gold has been money for 5,000 years, so I'm only gonna buy gold. That's reducing the risk, right? Yeah, you may not get the most um, reward out of that, but you're reducing a lot of risk and you're storing value. You know, so you have to think about risk management. And one of those things with health is, how you eat, being active, all those different things. So we're going to be talking about more forms of wealth on the channel. I mean, some of you may not want to talk about that, which is okay, you know, but it's an important topic. And I will feel like I'm not serving, the people who I built this channel for if I don't talk about those aspects. So appreciate y'all tuning in, whoever was able to watch this, and y'all have a blessed day. Peace.